So hi there and welcome back to my channel. Well, this is the lowboy trailer, from AMT in 125 scale, and it is the one supposed to be the loader for my Caterpillar D8H, even in 125 scale. This was a box that I took from a guy, from a friend, Daniele, very kindly guy, truck driver, and I bought from him a very good price because I was searching for a loader, for something, for an idea that is going on with my trucks. I usually build up the tractor, and then after some years I plan for some trailer, that should be at the same level of the tractor. So this was supposed to be the trailer for the my OM 180T truck, the blue truck, 6x2 that I made. Was a kind of scratch build or huge conversion anyway from the Italeri chassis that I made a couple of years ago now, and it was a contest winner all over Ibin, so it was a very great model that gave me a lot of satisfactions, and I wanted to have something at the level for the trailer to place behind that guy, the guy on the front end, he had the logo of Trasporto Eccezionale, that means exceptional loader, So it was a ultra heavyweight loader. I wanted something special, so the only trailers around, sorry, for that purpose was this AMT lowboy trailer. The lowboy was a trailer, I think, coming immediately after the Second War, or even during the Second World War, and it was particularly because it had three rear axles that were completely showed up, so the wheels were not covered. And I didn't like it so much because anyway the box that I took from my friend was a defective box, so it was missing two tires, and when you miss two tires, this is not a conventionally dimensioned, so it's not the conventional size of the ordinary truck tires. This is a slightly smaller size, and even smaller being in 125 scale, so I had to scratch build a couple of these wheels, so I didn't have the possibility to show up the pattern of the wheel. And I didn't like the idea to have a loader where the materials and the stuff come inside him, passing over the tire. It was something not convincing for me. Probably that was anyway the purpose for the lowboy, or probably they simply took it off the axle and make the loader come up and pulling that over, because you have some hooks in the front and in the back. I changed them slightly, a little bit, but I converted in my own version, so I applied here, and you cannot see this in the video now because I already packaged them, but they are in the picture of the building up process. I made two ramps in this position, that is with an hinge down there, workable, that they could be folded down for the loader, and being supposed to load the big guy from the Caterpillar. I think it was also interesting to place some wood. This was all made in real wood. This part I substitute from the model kit, and I used the marine stuff, the marine item coming from the ship building. Just this part was still from the kit part, because it was not so badly made. You see, there is also some Venus from the wood part, and I liked it a lot because it is another piece that allow you to use a lot of your imagination and fantasy to make it weathered, to make it used, to make it a little modified. I made a lot of reinforcement pins all around the chassis, because they were famous, this kind of chassis, they are famous to fall in some pieces, to be broken when they become older, when they become rusty or overloaded, despite they are quite seriously made. The lowboy was another American exceptional machine. I used also that all over the world, lowboy are really all over. And so I made a slightly modification, mostly for I hope you can see that it's very huge and quite heavy, so I will not try to load it so much, but I placed the European and Italian rear tail lights covering the original American two spotlight that they provided in the kit. I kept the side reflecting light, 1, 2, and 3 up there in red. They are quite decently looking, and I reinforced all the frame of the chassis, taking as a referring point the inner part of the chassis. The AMT always provide something like that, if you can see, So in every point of the referring point, of the external referring point, I place a reinforcement bar that can be believable, as a reinforcement point for the upper structure. You know, the same stuff here, reinforcement on the part that go to the crane of the tractor. And the final overall look, I wanted to do something not military, but something more similar to the railway item. So I used the gray, used it in railways, and I made it dusty and completely used. They placed some white rust and used metal rims of trucks in the front, pallets of real wood. They are all real items fixed with white glue, chain. And in the rear part, there is the option part that is still coming from the Caterpillar. That was an option part. They had to clean it a little bit, add bolts and details to make it believable. And 4 of the spare track links that I used for the track links of the Caterpillar. You know that they are much nicer than the original ugly rubber parts provided in the kit. And I think it's quite interesting part. You know, of course, the overall look will be surely more nicer and interesting when you will see the front loader, the front tractor, sorry, the Caterpillar loaded and the ramps up over a small diorama base. You know, they became quite huge model because the dimension at the end is around 70 centimeters, so they became a little huge and quite heavy and complicated to move around for contest and so on. But I really hope I can do it because it's absolutely worth it, you know. And as a stopper point for the Caterpillar, you know, the Caterpillar will be parked with the front part of the track links hitting this side. It is not believable that you place ropes or chains to fix a so heavy loader. So I remember from my military service when we did the preparation of such items over a railway tractor that there was some wood that have to be fitted with pins and then folded under the wheels of. We loaded mostly truck and very heavy truck. We never loaded Caterpillar, but I think it may work in the same way with the Caterpillar. So I place a real wood with pins on the rear side of the track links. That will be probably not so visible at the end, but is something believable just to stop the machine in position with the gear on. And that's it. I liked it really a lot because it's really kind of diorama, and it's from dust, pigments, and scratching and chipping and all the tricks for a proper weathering, you know. And I think is absolutely nice and believable, you know. Darker color and pigments on the wheels. There is this is you know, 3 and 3 6 12 wheels. 2 of them are hidden and completely scratch built by me, you know. Of course they cannot have the tail that these external wheels have, so they are hidden inside and not visible. But I think I fixed it anyway in some good way, and I also placed that rear part with ropes over. So I think it's nice. It's a nice idea for a Caterpillar crane. That's it, guys, and I hope to show you soon the picture of the finished completed model. But also this item I have to travel, so cross your fingers. Thanks for watching.